When I reflect on game series that I really love, Mafia is easily one of the ones that's up towards the top. I love all three of the games. Well, I guess technically there have been four if you count the remake of one as a separate thing. But either way, I love them all. I think each one brings a specialness to the table, and it's a series that is very easy to get engrossed in. You'll be absorbed into this world, the blend of quality gameplay, even realism with excellent storytelling too. Know you are definitely going to have a good time here. In some ways too, they feel a bit old-fashioned, and I love how they act as period pieces of sorts as well. The entries have been great, and there's a lot of room for more of them. I love how it was revealed a while ago that Hangar 13 were in fact working on another entry within the series. It's been a while since Mafia 3, and now a few years from the Mafia 1 remake. It's time for another one, and recently they just dropped their reveal trailer, and I think I might actually have something within the AAA industry to get excited for. Something I always want to point at is what developers decide to show for their game, whether it be their introduction, a demo they provide to their players, even a reveal trailer. What they decide to show to the player and when is extremely important. For something like an introduction to a game, these opening moments, the first impressions a player has with their game, how are you going to grab them, earn their attention, and keep them invested? It's a lot of pressure, especially because there are so many options for gamers. You could go play something from your backlog, play another new title, play something retro, or even a free-to-play game. So if you are starting a game, you better start with something good. Grab the player and do not let go. You want them thinking about that game when they are not even playing it. Many of those same principles apply to a reveal trailer too. What are you going to show off? Will it be any gameplay? Focus on story, characters, and setting? What glimpses are you going to quickly provide? What's the tone you want to set for your game until the release of something else? This is a big moment, the starting point in many cases. So when a developer comes out with something, it better be precise and it better be good. I saw all of this with the trailer for The Old Country very much, and it nails what it needs to do. It's only a minute and a half long, but it presents a game that I think many of us long for, and something, if given the opportunity to pay for it right now, we would do it and start playing it now. Mafia came in hot and ready, and really nailed this very first peek at their game. So what does the trailer actually show us? Well, from a basic sense of the game, it's going to be set within the early 1900s. It looks like we're going to be tackling another period piece type of experience. The series has always felt old-fashioned, and by having a game set here, that is always a plus. I honestly would not have thought to essentially go all the way back to Italy for a Mafia game, but this seems like the right kind of thing for a prequel-esque game to take place. As a side note, I've always wanted a Mafia game set in Vegas, and better yet, I want a Mafia game set in Vegas, with the Rat Pack featured in the soundtrack. I know we had Dino in Mafia 2, but we need all of that, the setting, the music, the scenery. But anyway, back to the Mafia game that's actually coming out, with The Old Country. I do like how it appears that the traditional cover-based shooting is going to be returning, and we only get a glimpse at a few weapons, but they certainly do sound really, really good. Mafia has always done a good job at authenticity when it comes to the game's looks, the cars, even the weapons and effects. And it all seems like this stuff is going to remain within this title. Again, all good things. Story-wise, it looks like you're going to be working your way up in the Mafia and probably acting as a hitman and gunman for the mob. There's mention of protecting rackets along with being able to ride horses and drive cars, so this is something that I want to throw out there. Will there be any type of side missions to complete in this game? Mafia 3 sort of had those that you could do, and smaller missions that would then build up to the big main missions. Mafia 1 and 2 was more focused on just the story, giving the player a big space to be within, but it wasn't like I would call it an open world game. So I'm curious which direction they are going in for this title. And if there are any side missions, I hope that they are more interesting and more story-focused kind of things, like side arcs and less like busy work. Another thing to note too is that I really like how in Mafia 3, there was a lot of freedom on how to take on a hideout, weapon selection, stealth, going loud, and all of that. This is something that I would like to see return in the new one, because it inherently adds a lot of replay value to the experience. We don't know much about this title, but what we have been shown gives me a lot of confidence that this is going to be going in the right direction. And more importantly, it seems focused on trying to respect the fans and the legacy. It doesn't look like we have developers helming this that are trying to appeal to the modern audience, but rather their audience, the base that has loved these games for years. I hope they can deliver with this title, because I always want more good new games, and I do not want Mafia to be tainted by any of that current day nonsense. I keep using the word traditional because that is exactly what I want for this game. Plus it's fun to get excited about this. As a small thing, I wonder if there's going to be any fun little nods to any of the other games, like say Mafia 1 in some way. Who knows? I just hope it's good. When I look at this series, I see what they have accomplished so far, and I love it. You do not find better game writing than these games. You interact with a rich group of characters. And also, with it all not being set in modern day, I think it very much adds to the charm and identity of this series. I wouldn't want a modern day Mafia game from this series. I love the old-fashionedness that it provides, and for something like, say, the Old Country, I like how we are going all the way back. The excitement of being able to drive a car, along with riding a horse, is pretty cool. How far are they going to be able to take this will be another thing. Will it be more of an open Mafia title, or will it be more like a traditional route of having a big space to be within, but largely a linear experience, solely focused on its story? I am honestly okay with either, as long as they're able to make it well. Plus, just look at this game. This game is going for what you would expect from this series. It doesn't seem like it's trying to insert modern day politics or nonsense into this title, and we aren't playing as some shaved head lady struggling with her identity as she tries to be the mob's #1 hitman or something like that. Again, this looks old-fashioned and traditional, and for the time period of all that, it seems very appropriate. It seems like Hangar 13 again is going for that authenticity, and I am all for this. It's going to be one thing to provide a good tease, and then a promise for the full game to come. Now they set this all up, they got our attention. The big question is, can they deliver on the promise? Based on their prior efforts, I think they will, but who knows? I could be wrong, but for right now, I am enjoying the excitement and have something to look forward to for next year. What are your thoughts on Mafia: The Old Country? Are you a fan of the series? What do you want from this game? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.